Goody.
But I can do a gospel number in lieu of that. The whole situation. Lord, we waited here so long, singing praises, singing songs, waiting for the happy day will you return. When we hear trumpets blast, we will welcome you at last and go back with you to the throne of God. Come on down, Lord, and gather at your throne. Come on down like the shepherd in the glorious days of old. Come on down, come get your children, don't be slow. It's so weary in this wicked world below. Satisfied, a home he promised on the other shore. There we'll feast on peace and love with our Father up above. In his mansion we will live forevermore. Come on down, Lord, and gather at your throne. Come on down like the shepherd in the glorious days of old. Come on down, come get your children, don't be slow. It's so weary in this wicked world below. Shepherd in the glorious days of old. Come on down, come and get your children, don't be slow. It's so weary in this wicked world below. Thank you. Here's one I wrote about trying to get back home. Left my home so long ago. Mom and Dad, I miss them so. I get so lonesome out on the road, so I'm bound to ride that train back home. I'm bound to ride that train back home. I'm bound to ride that southern train back home. I left her there so long ago, and every night I dream about her. That's why I'm on my way back home. I'm bound to ride that train back home. I'm bound to ride that southern train back home. It gets so cold, it chills my bones, and I can hear the mountains calling, telling me to come back home. I'm bound to ride that train back home. I'm bound to ride that southern train back home.
All right, and we are back. And I'm here with Salinas Ruth, and she is an attorney for Global Family Legal Services.
And she's just great. And we are talking about immigration. And we have talked about the SB1070 law, and we gave our view on that. And what we basically said is that if you don't like the law, like a lot of people don't, and you don't like the impact it's going to have on our economy from all the boycotting, be sure and let your elected officials know that you don't like the idea of our businesses getting less business, and the boycotts from other states and from Mexico putting out warnings. So let's be on top of that and do what's right, because we know what's right, don't we? Salinas, let's talk a little bit about how we've been pushing on immigration reform and how that is progressing.
Well, immigration reform over the last many years, as you know, has been on and off. And there have been bills that have come forward from, there was a McCain-Kennedy bill, and it languished and failed. And then there's been bills that have been introduced year after year. And it always comes to the fact of it being an election year, and somehow it just dissipates. I know that President Obama was elected because he ran on a platform of immigration reform, which was a very important thing for a lot of his voters.
Right, it was.
So he has not actually produced on that because of the health care bill that took about a year, and now people are once again pushing for immigration reform. And this SB 1070 that just passed is a big push in that direction because people are so upset, including President Obama at this point, with the fact that Arizona went ahead and passed such a bill that would be, I hate to say it, but seemingly racist in its direction.
Even if it wasn't meant to be, it definitely has all the earmarks, does it not?
It does indeed. And so there have been bills introduced. There was one introduced earlier that was, I think Graham was one of the sponsors, and that one is sort of languishing at this this point. There's been a new one that's just been introduced that's a bipartisan bill, and it's called the Repair Act or something like that, and it's really designed to bring on bipartisan support, and it is there is a possibility there actually, I think, to have something good come of it. But at this point, I think it's really important for all of us to think about immigration reform and to follow it in the media and to really get on board with that issue.
Something that benefits everybody.
Something that will benefit certainly the immigrants that have been waiting for years and years. That's one of the provisions of this particular bill, is to basically purge the wait list that for many people has been 15 to 18 years, where they're waiting for their families. The problem with our immigration system is that it does split families up, and people are waiting for so many years that you can't possibly have a decent family when you have children in one place, the father in one place, the mother in another place. It just is no way to have a family. And our country and the foundation of our society is based on family.
What I would say, definitely, I just have to say something about that very briefly, and that is that we need the workers here. They do work in our fields and other work that a lot of Americans don't seem to want to do, and they need the money. And you've all seen it. Anybody who's watched Channel 6 over the years knows that our economies are interdependent. So since our economies are interdependent, it just makes sense to me that we should treat the people that we need fairly and make a way that they can cross without having to break the law and trash up the desert. Cross the desert and lose their lives and leave trash in the desert. If we just had what you were talking about, something that worked for everybody, something faster, we'd come up with a lot of ideas. I can come up with a lot of ideas that may and may not work, but if I can come up with that idea, surely our elected officials can. So yeah, let's move forward with that.